Hey everyone, welcome to part 2 of the flag project. And I am thinking of them as kindness flags. You can do whatever you think is best for your flags and call them whatever you want. Because I am really not going to... There's nobody policing you. It ain't me. I just hope that if you have the inspiration to play along, that, you're having fun with it. I hope this finds everybody well and enjoying whatever you're working on. I'm sure I'm doing the stitch not the best I could, but I'm having fun. I am practicing a stitch I've only used, I think, once before. Well, besides doing these circles here. I don't think, when I left off in the last video, I wasn't sure if I was going to fill in the circles or not. I'm still kicking that idea around. I'm not sure I want to. I'm not sure I'd be able to do a very good job of it. That's the thing. But I didn't want to do like a one-lined circle either. I didn't just want it to be, I thought that was too wimpy. I want to put strong peace out into the world. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So. And I didn't follow my white line at all. I'm just eyeballing it because that's how Martha is going to roll on this project. Welcome to my world. You can do whatever floats your boat, and I'm doing what's floating mine right now. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I don't watch the news. And if I come across something that is unpleasant, I turn it off. I'm aware I'm not an ostrich sticking my head in the sand about reality. Trust me. I am a very reality-based person. However, mental health, I believe, is at an all-time low, at least in our country. And I do believe people are struggling, and they either give in to those struggles or they lash out at people. And I don't think either one is good for the soul. Sir, we're going to go up just a teensy bit higher. And trust me, I am not an expert on anything I am doing. So if you're new here, you'll learn that I am not an expert. You will learn that really quickly. So please do not look to me for expert advice on stitching or anything else. I'm just hanging out, doing my thing, hopefully gathering people along the way that are enjoying this and stitch along with me. Wow. That is really awkwardly wrong. Really, really wrong. Yeah, we're gonna just undo that little puppy. Don't know where I went wrong on that. I believe this video will air on the weekend. Let's see. Let's see if I can. My brain all of a sudden went like cuckoo with what I'm supposed to be doing with this stitch. No? That's right. I think. What the heck? What am I doing wrong here? Oh, man. No, it's got to go this way. I think. No? Wow. This is like really wrong. Okay, let me get my brain wrapped around it. For goodness sake. It's like I can go along perfectly fine for 10 minutes. And then whammo, my brain gets all confused. You should have seen me cutting fabric. I made several mistakes, and it was just awkward. Like, I'm like, why am I not cutting this fabric correctly? I know the numbers. I've got the numbers in my head. Why is it not coming out right? I wanted to cut squares that were 6.5 by 6.5. And I knew that one side of the fabric was wonky from it being cut at the fabric shop. So I wanted to leave extra, extra space to cut the other end. So I cut it at 7 inches. So I did one strip that way, and that was fine. And the next strip, I swear, I marked off at 7 inches, and I ripped it instead of cutting it. I tore it, which is what I did to the first one. And don't you know, I cut it at 6 inches, I think. So now this bag is going to be not crazy about that. I think it needs to be further away. Hold that thought. I'm going to try not be anal about this, but I want it to look right. So it's like 1 inch, and that's the outside one, right? No, that's the inside one. But see, I started that at the top where the outside one started. Yeah, so this needs to be at 1 1/4. So 1 1/4. Oh Lord, here we go with math. 1 1/4 is up there. All right, I gotta take it out and end up down here. Sorry, peeps. I'm sorry. I do want it to look right, and it's gonna look really awkward, like off to the eye, and I just can't deal with that. See, I'm having one of those days. It's like my eyes and my brain and my thought process are not working together. And I know why. It's because I fell back asleep this morning after being awake for 3 hours. I woke up at 3 o'clock. Went back to sleep at 6. And woke up at 7:30. Big mistake. Okay, so I want this to be 1 1/4 inches. One and a quarter. Crike. Oh my gosh. 1. Yes, 1 1/4. So that is, that's, goodness gracious. Darker fabric, having a hard time seeing. 1 1/4, so it needs to end up right there. Somebody hold your finger there. Somebody hold your finger there. Okay. Oh, there I go trying to click this pen on again. Okay, so I'm aiming for right there. I can just see that little red mark. Who knows if I'll be able to see it when I'm sewing, but okay, so we're going to aim for that red mark. Get rid of the distraction. So we're aiming for right there. Yes, that looks better. Okay. And so when I sleep like that, or I wake up like that, and then I fall back asleep, it always makes my brain fog really bad. It's horrible. on this side. That's better. Awfully big stitches, but that's better. Shorten your stitches, Martha. Too late now. I'm not taking it out again, thank you very much. You see what happens if your stitches are too long? You get... Can you see that one? If the fabric folds, there's space there, but it's okay. I could wrap them. There's a lot of things I could do with them. But am I going to? No, because you know what? I'm not sweating the small stuff. This is about peaceful, easy, fun stuff. So I'll just make these stitches smaller. It's okay, it doesn't all look consistent. None of my stuff ever looks consistent. So we're aiming for right there. Right there. Alrighty, so finishing up the peace sign. I like it. I think that's good. Not perfect. Who's perfect? I'm not perfect. I'll be the first one to admit that. Okay. So I'm happy with that. And we will tie this off. And even though the flag is going to have these stitches on the back, that's okay. It's going to hang outside. The wind is going to take it and do its thing with it, and it's all good. Now, thinking. I know that's a peace sign, but I'm thinking, thinking, I'm going to try, without writing it out, which is probably a huge mistake, but this is about wabi-sabi and letting it be what it wants to be. I am going to work on, maybe I should at least draw 2 lines. I'm going to work on a word that says peace. So, out comes the weird pen again. I'm going to shake it up here so I'm not doing it in front of the camera. I don't know if shaking it helps or not. It seemed to the first time, sort of, kind of. That's way too big. All right, I have to turn this upside down. Sorry. And I'm going to... I don't want the letters to be huge. So I think, let's see, it is 5-ish inches. So I think I'm going to... It's a 5-letter word, so there's the center. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe this pen needs to be shaken. I was going to say shook. Shaken. Well, now it's disappearing again. Jeez Louise, I hate this pen. If you have a white marking pen you like, heat erasable, can you throw a link below? Please? Okay, that's good. And then I'm going to, I don't want it to be too big. Maybe we'll go with We'll go there. And like I said, I'll hit this with an iron before I add anything else. Like, I don't know if I'm adding beads or I don't know. I haven't thought, you know, that far ahead. I'll just draw a line. It's going to disappear anyway. Even without the heat. It's disappearing. Look, it's disappearing in front of my eyes. Man, oh man. All right, so the A. I think that looks right. Now, I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know if I'm going to leave it like that or I'm going to wrap it. I don't know yet. I'm going to see how it sits. And then I'll do the C. I will come back up here, come over here a little bit, leave some space. Letters are not my forte in this thing. In fact, you know, proper embroidery is probably not my forte. I do want to show you something. Oh, that was my hip. Although, now I cannot find it. It's not there. I will have to find it. And then I will have to show you. Let's see. Is this going to look okay if I do it this way? I don't know. Let's see. Can you what? I'm filming. Can you start what? You can come ask me. Sorry, Tony wanted something, but I don't know. I don't know what he wanted. It's 3:20. It's not time to start dinner. I'm still stuffed from lunch. Maybe he's feeling alone. It's our anniversary and I'm in here recording and playing. Does anybody else do that? Actually, I'm not too unhappy with these letters at the moment. And look at the white lines showing up. Sheesh. You can never tell. Ooh. Sort of pulls that in and it's crooked. It's okay. It's wabi-sabi, Martha. It's imperfect. There. At least I spelled the last half of the word right. So we will. Now, I may do the flags, the basic part of the flags, and I may decide to go back later and embellish them more. I haven't decided yet. I do worry a little because we have birds and squirrels galore. It's like Wild Kingdom in our backyard. And we've had raccoons climb up on our deck, and the squirrels come up here and dig in the plants and chew on things. We have potted plants up here. And the birds land here and they poo all over everything. I'm debating on whether this is actually going to go outside where they can get to this, or if this is going to hang in the doorway behind the curtain And I open my door as often as I can and let it blow in the breeze there, because honestly, I don't want the animals to get harmed if, that's not very wide, if I was comparing that bottom to this bottom of the E. If like they were to nibble on beads, plastic beads, you know, I mean, if they poo on it, that's one thing. But if they, you know, get harmed by the things I'm putting on it, then I'm not going to be happy. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. And if you have a wild kingdom in your yard too, you might want to think about what you put on yours. But I may still do it. And in fact, I could hang this over the sunroom door, which is also a sliding glass door, like the one here in the bedroom. And if I did that, that door gets opened all the time. So it would definitely catch the breeze more. So I'm not sure. Oops. Where I'm going to hang this. It's going to be kind of something Tony and I'll have to consider. Because like I said, I have to see how much I have of this left. Like I said, I have to take into consideration the wildlife that's around here. Just like if you have cats and you're going to hang yours inside, don't use feathers. She cannot stitch a straight line. She cannot cut a straight line. She cannot draw a straight line. If you have cats, don't use prepackaged feathers, because it probably won't be a real good thing for them. You don't want them eating them. And I don't want you to hold me responsible for saying it's okay to use feathers. And, you know, if you have an animal, keep this kind of stuff up out of their way when you make them. Like I had to, when I was making the dream catchers that I showed in a previous video, I had to put disclaimers with them whenever I sold them, like, this is not a cat toy. Don't let your cat or dog play with it, or ferret, or whatever else you may have. You know, just don't let them play with it. It's not safe. I'm not taking responsibility for that. Yeah, I had all kinds of disclaimers when I packaged one and sent it out. So, because I did not want to be responsible for that. I am not responsible for it. I will disclaim myself here and now that these are not cat toys, or any other animal should not get a hold of them, including wildlife. I don't want to be responsible for something in wildlife to get harmed by, just like some people think it's okay to put what's the word I'm looking for? Threads in small pieces of fabric out. But there's actually wildlife sites that say it's a horrible idea, that you should not put them out for the birds to build nests with. The birds have plenty to build nests with. If you have a dog or a cat and you brush it, put the hair out. Don't put your threads out. I've heard that it's really terrible to put your threads out. And since we do feed our birds and stuff around here, the wild birds, this is not supposed to be there. I don't know what it is. Where are you coming from? Please leave my... So if you use, you know, anything special in your... Maybe it's... I don't know. Anywho's. If you do anything... Use, you know, any of those things. Feathers or bells or beads or sparkly things. Just remember that it might be better left inside. And when you look at your flag, it just reminds you to send all those good thoughts and ideas and stuff out to the universe. And it's okay that it's inside, because this is not, we are not replicating Tibetan prayer flags. These are flags that we are making to send peace and kindness and joy and harmony and gratitude and all kinds of things. Whatever you decide yours is going to be about, you know, you can use them for yourself, to inspire yourself. You can use them to be inspired to send good thoughts out to the world. You can use it for friends who might be ill or worse, you know, may not recover from an illness. Yeah, there's a lot of things these can be used for. So you just have to, now I want that to be sewn down so that I can put a string. So I'm going to stitch that with some blue thread. Maybe I'll use a, what am I looking for? Looking for blue thread, Martha. You just have to find the right. I know it's here. Bear with me. I had a variegated blue thread out, but I don't know what I did with it. So I'm going to use that one because it has white in it too. Of course, that might skew the, oh wow. I should have used some of that thread to do the peace sign with, peace word with. All right. I'm just going to go along and simply stitch along the line in the back, paying attention to what it looks like in the front. Come on. This thread may not like this needle. Nope. We're not going to fight with it. Oh, you should see what it looks like around me. This is the second of a video today, and it's like disaster area. Like if I had to jump up and run out of the house because of an emergency at the moment, I'd be in trouble. Because it's, oh, look how easy that was. Use the proper needle. You get the job done a whole lot easier without so much struggle, which is the story of my life, right? If you know me, you love me, or you hate me. Scissors, scissors, please. I hate knots near the edge of a project because it always shows through. Now, I'm working backwards, but that's okay. It's all good. Sometimes I'm more consistent when I work from the back. My stitches are more even. Don't ask me how. It just seems to happen that way. And it looks like all the white is going to show. Yeah, it's changing now. Don't get too long there, girl. Be consistent. Be consistent. Be consistent. Be consistent. This wool mat is really itching my legs. I have shorts on. Okay. I have to end on the back here. Okay. Good job, Martha. Good girl. All righty. Now what else can I do? Oh, so many things. Could put some beads on. I don't think this needle will fit through the beads, though. I could... How about we tie this off and then we decide. So some of these videos are going to be longer. Some of them are going to be shorter. I'm trying to make them in short spurts, more or less. The first one was longer because I was all over the place and I did not have a great plan to start with. And that happens sometimes. It's just how it works. So I am really liking that. When I get rid of these lines, it's going to make a big difference. Okay, what do I want to put on this? I think right now I am thinking, where is the box? Okay, this is going to seem really close to you guys. Oh no. Oh, what did I knock over? Oh, that's nothing big. It's just a doily that was on the edge of my chair. I've just been rubbing it back and forth too much. All right. This isn't exactly blue. Oh, I have all these attached at the top with a clip, look. All right, let's take this one. I'll take the clip off. Can I pull this one out without creating a huge disaster? Maybe. Oh, there's two of them. I don't need two the same color. And that's pretty close to that color, so I'm going to leave that off. I think I'm going to take this one. Okay. These are various shades of blue. I'm going with that. And don't drop those. Don't drop those. Sorry for the crinkle. I know that was loud. Couldn't do much about it. Do I have any other blues in here? Okay. No. No. Well, some of these might have to be torn in half and be doubled up. Don't think I have that one. So, it's not really blue again. It's more turquoisey, but that's okay. Oh, there's a light blue. Yes. Oh, there's a flowery blue. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Oh, there's a dark blue. Look, I have more blues. I'm sorry if this is like really close to your screen. I can't really do a whole lot about it. I'll pull that one out too. Okay. Oh my goodness, I have those two. As I said, I'm working on my lap. So, I need your acceptance and forgiveness in the noise department and the filming department, because it is just a thing here. Okay, so clip that. So I'm going to use one of those, and I'm going to use one of these. And I'm not going to make these all the same length just because it's more fun that way. And they're not all going to be the same width either. And that's okay too. Oh my goodness. See, that one tore off because the fabric was uneven. That's okay. I'm good with that. And we'll do this one. Oop. And we're going to cut that there. See, I'm not even measuring. And let's see, I'm trying to stick with the more bluer blues at the moment. So I'm going to cut that one sort of in thirds. Wow, that was a long one. I keep waiting for my brother to call me. I left him a message several days ago, but neither he nor his wife have called me back. If I message her on Facebook, she doesn't pay any attention. He's not on Facebook. So sometimes it's like, I know they're 10 years older than I am. But I just, it's like, please answer me. Check your answering machine. I'm here. I want to talk to you. Could you pay attention, please? My other brother never did that to me. Oh. Okay. All righty. So I am going to do this very, very, loosely. No. Do I want it behind? Yes, I want it behind. So I'm going to go back down. Whoops. Wow, don't do as I do. That's for sure. Okay. Come on. You have to go the right way. Wow, Martha. You like to make life hard on yourself, girly. Why, yes, you've met me. I do tend to do that. I make everything look harder than it should. Yeah, it's my motto. Make everything look harder than it should. So when other people do it, they're successful. They're like, wow, she made it look so hard and it's so easy. Yeah, I know. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, thick. Thick to get through. That's okay. That one was easier. I've got this. By golly, I've got this. The more I go along, the more haphazard it looks, the better I feel about this. It's really very freeing to not be looking for perfection, not be, trying to be all perfect and make it look right and not make a mistake or not have it look a little raggedy-taggedy. It's okay. It really is. Just had to readjust you. I think I whacked it somewhere along the way, or when I restarted it, I did not. Let's see. Do a light one. I was a little worried about this project, just from the standpoint of I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I know what I wanted. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I knew I wanted to do the project. I don't know if I saw it on Pinterest or what piqued my interest about it. It's hard to say where it started. It started brewing a while ago. I know that much. And it's kind of been brewing in my mind. I even talked to Robin about it in an email. Our lovely subscriber, Robin. And was just kicking around ideas. Sometimes, when you say it out loud or you write it out to someone else and get some feedback. I talked to Tony about it. Sometimes I need to talk about, stuff and getting it off my chest and into the universe. I don't think there's a right side or a wrong side to that fabric. Looks like I'm going to have to use some more strips. Double up. That's okay. And I think it's more of a Some people have, I learned when I was doing a horsemanship course. Some people, and someone else said this, not the horseman himself. It comes from somebody else, and I can't remember who. But some people have problems with beginnings. Some people have problems with middles, like completing this, a beginning, a middle, or an end. And some people have problems with the end. So, like finishing tasks, like you have the excitement of starting it, but then finishing it is like a whole nother story. You know, you just can't, that's all the UFOs that you have sitting around that were projects that maybe you started but then lost interest in, or something else. You started a new project and you couldn't finish this one because you just lost your mojo for it or whatever. Now, I try very, very, very hard to not start a project and not finish it. Or I should say, I try very, very hard to, if I start a project, I try to finish it. Now, that being said, I might finish it years later. I started a quilt. Pretty sure it was, yep, it was back when we lived on the farm. And we have lived here for 7 years, which is, here is not the farm. Is this, no, that's not backwards. I thought I sewed it on backwards. I was like, oh no. Okay, I think I'm going to need one, maybe two more. But that's okay. That's okay. What way am I going? I'm going this way. I don't know why I'm going that way. My stitches are going up and down, not back, not forward, so. My stitches are going that way, not that way. Whatever that is. That make no sense, even to myself. Okay, so I need what? One more strip, maybe? Maybe another one of these. Since I'm, I think I'll use this one. It's sort of the same shade, but it's a different fabric. I think I'm just going to do it there and see how it rips. Yay! Okay, that's a tad bit long. I'll whack it off there so we can use the other half for another one at some point. And if you don't remember from or didn't watch my previous video 2 videos ago, when I was showing that I had these strips, I used to make dream catchers with them. I would wrap the ring with strips of fabric and then use strips of fabric in the dream catcher on the bottom, and yeah. So, okay. Now, I just have to go back and try to make a knot in here. Sorry, I'm probably pulling this to myself because I can't see. And I was all gung-ho on these dream catchers, and I made dozens of them. Well, maybe a couple dozen. Maybe a dozen. maybe I'm exaggerating. I don't know. Anywho. So I went and pre-ripped all these strips of fabric is where I'm going with this story. And now they sit in a box. So it's time to pull them out and use them. Come on. All right, let's see. Now, if you don't have fabric to spare to strip, you could use thread and hang something from the bottom of it. So it, boy, I'm lucky I found those because they would have been buried in that fabric. There. Okay, I'm going to have to raise you up so that you can see. I can't believe I did another 45 minutes of video. Wow. Okay, so there's the top of it, and I am going to iron those white lines out. And then I have these hanging off the bottom, all willy-nilly, and I'm happy with it. I absolutely love this. So I'll get rid of some of the threads maybe, but I really like that. So again, the top and the bottom. So I think I'm done with that one. I like it. I don't know if I'll add anything else to it. I doubt it. I'm pretty happy with that. So thank you for joining me for, this is part 2 of the project. And this was my peace flag. And I have 4 more to go. So I hope you'll join me and you'll join in and do this with me. You all take care of yourselves. I'm grateful you're here. I love you all. And be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Send a lot of peace and harmony and love out into the world. And I'll see you on the next one, whenever that is. Bye, everybody.